Everybody know who I want next. I want Terence Crawford next.
You're gonna make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm gonna get these straps. I'm gonna go over there and take his shit too.
Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terence, I come for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
Finally.
In your opinion, the best welterweight fighting right now is who?
The best welterweight fighting right now has to be Terence Crawford. I think there was just a number of things that I saw, felt, sensed, the whole nine, and he was just a little bit better, more than just about everybody I've been in the ring with.
And you fought Errol before the accident.
So what I do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. So before I get going on the video, man, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean? Alright, so with all that out the window, man, y'all see what the title of the video is. The reason Terence Bud Crawford destroys Errol Spence Jr. Alright, so check it out, man. Y'all see what's been going on in the news lately. Y'all know that we're getting pretty close to a potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like the fight may happen, right? So with that in mind, I figure I'll just go ahead and I give my thoughts about the fight, right? I'm just going to put it out there from now because, my opinion has always been that Errol Spence has been running from Bud Crawford. But I haven't always been vocal about why I feel like he's been running from Bud Crawford. And the reason I think that he's been running from Bud Crawford this whole goddamn time is because Errol Spence is completely outclassed when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford got Errol Spence beat in almost every category there is when you're talking about a fight. I mean, speed, power, technical skill, stylistically, you know what I mean? The better boxing IQ, you know what I mean? Like the more tools in the toolbox. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. I mean, you couldn't find a bigger mismatch if you wanted to when it comes to Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do here, man, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break down why I believe that Errol Spence gets completely destroyed, dismantled, and utterly decapitated by Terence Bud Crawford here today, man. You know what I mean? So let's get on into it, right? So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, man. Terence Bud Crawford has the better speed, right? I mean, this is literally undebatable. I mean, Terence Crawford has the faster hands. You know what I mean? Like, he throws the faster combinations. He has the faster feet. I mean, he actually has feet because we know that Errol Spence is flat-footed, right? So he has the faster feet, he has the faster hands, he has the ability to move around the ring quickly, but at the same time throw very quick combinations and quick counter punches in between exchanges, making him superior speed-wise, right? So there's that. He has a superior power, in which case, I mean, do we even need to really talk about that? Terence Crawford has about 7 or 8 straight knockouts, as opposed to Errol Spence, where, I mean, have we ever seen a knockout in a while? I mean, when was the last knockout we've seen? What, Ocampo? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the last person he actually knocked out. I mean, I don't really even count this Ugas shit as a knockout. I mean, this shit was a technical stoppage because Ugas had an eye injury. Errol Spence didn't knock him down. Errol Spence didn't drop him. Errol Spence didn't make it where he couldn't continue. The doctor stopped the fight. And the ref was, and if anything, The ref was insistent on making sure that Ugas could see out of the right eye so that way he could stop the motherfucking fight. It almost seemed a little premeditated, if you ask me, but I digress. We're not going to go in on that. But it's pretty clear to say that Terence Crawford has the better power, okay, with the knockouts. I mean, knockouts usually translate to power. He has the one-punch knockout power, if anything. The ability to hurt dudes. The ability to finish dudes and get them the fuck up out of there. Terence Bud Crawford has the better power, okay? Terence Bud Crawford has the better ring IQ. I mean, come on now. Terence Bud Crawford can make adjustments in fight. He can make adjustments before the fight. He doesn't fight the same way for every fighter. I mean, the dude has the ability to make adjustments. He has the ability to switch hit, turn it on, turn it off. I mean, the dude is versatile when it comes to his fight game. Errol Spence can't keep up with that. Errol Spence only has the ability to fight one way, and that's coming forward. Errol Spence only has the ability to fight orthodox. Errol Spence doesn't have the ability to make adjustments in fight. I mean, we saw it in the Ugas fight. The dude kept getting hit by the same sweeping right hand over and over and over and over again, goddamn. You can't tell me that that's a guy with a brilliant boxing mind. You think Terence Crawford gets hit by the same right hand over and over and over again, the same way, at the same speed, at the same time? Hell no. Because that's what people who have good ring IQs, they're able to take punches away. They're able to make adjustments. They're able to adapt. That's something that Terence Crawford has the ability to do head and shoulders over anything Errol Spence is doing right now. You know what I mean? You look at the technical boxing ability. I mean, it's almost unfair to even bring this shit up, man. Come on, man. Terence Crawford. The dude has power in both hands. The dude's defense is on point. He literally only gets hit when he's coming forward, when he's being too aggressive. That's the only time he gets hit. The dude throws a better jab. The dude throws the better combinations. The dude is more versatile with his punch selection. The dude places his punches perfectly. I mean, technically, this dude is just far superior to anything Errol Spence is doing. Not saying that Errol Spence is bad. Not saying that technically he's trash. But compared to a Terence Bud Crawford, I mean, Errol Spence's technical boxing skill is pedestrian at best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see Errol Spence push his punches. I see Errol Spence smother his punches sometimes. He doesn't place his shots very well. I mean, his punches go all over the place. I mean, we can go on and on and on and all the way on about the technical deficiencies of Errol Spence, but the point is to say that Terence Bud Crawford technically is just far better. Defensive technically, offensive technically, you name it. You know what I mean? And then we talk about the experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, Terence Crawford has the better experience. I mean, Terence Crawford has fought all different types of guys, okay? Whether you want to say he has the better resume or not, which he does have the better resume, you know what I'm saying? He does. But some of you fanboys out there aren't going to agree with that shit, and that's fine, because we're not talking about that here today. What we're talking about is the different types of fighters, meaning the fighters and the different styles, right? Terence Bud Crawford has fought several different styles and has been successful fighting several different styles. You know what I'm saying? Terence Bud Crawford has fought presser fighters. Terence Bud Crawford has fought counter punchers and Victor Post style. Terence Bud Crawford has fought guys who like to throw punches and bunches. Terence Bud Crawford has just seen more styles, and he's been able to make the better adjustments against these different styles. His experience is greater at that pro level than anything Errol Spence Jr. has fought. Errol Spence Jr., if you look at all the guys that he's fought, all the guys for the most part have been pretty similar to each other, all right? He hasn't seen guys that are really good, that throw punches and bunches like him. He hasn't seen these different types of styles like Terence Bud Crawford has. And yeah, maybe, okay, you could say he has to a certain degree, but certainly not to the magnitude of a Terence Bud Crawford who has fought competition all the way from 135 all the way up to 147. People forget Terence Bud Crawford got more fights. Terence Crawford is almost, 38-0 now at this particular point, as opposed to Errol Spence Jr. at 32 or 31-0 or some shit. So, you know, Experience-wise, you just got to give it to Terence Bud Crawford once again. So you see, like, this shit is just super duper lopsided when it comes to Terence Bud Crawford over Errol Spence Jr. And then you look at the stylistic matchup, right? When you look at the stylistic matchup, because at the core, Errol Spence is a pressure fighter, right? He's a dude that likes to come forward on his front foot, and he's throwing punches and munches, right? But you look at Terence Crawford, and he has the ability to beat Errol Spence several different ways, because you can't singularly quantify his style, right? He could be a counterpuncher one round. He could be a pot shotter one round. He could be a guy who throws combinations the next round. I mean, in all of these different ways, Errol Spence Jr. could be beat. It's just a matter of what Terence Bud Crawford wants to do on that particular day in order to get Errol Spence the fuck up out of there. So, you know, Errol Spence Jr. gets completely destroyed. I think it's 7 straight knockouts right now for Terence Crawford. I think it's going to be 8 straight knockouts. If he gets into the ring with Terence Bud Crawford, this shit's getting ugly. This shit's getting ridiculous. This shit's getting vicious. Errol Spence Jr. is getting stopped. I'm saying it right now. He's getting stopped in the 10th round. 10th round at best. Maybe 9th round. He's not going to be able to come forward. I mean, and then you look at Errol Spence, you look at all the clean punches he was getting hit with Yordenis Ugas. I mean, this dude was getting tagged upside his head over and over by Yordenis Ugas, and then hurt multiple times by Yordenis Ugas. Can you imagine if it was a Terence Bud Crawford in here, as opposed to a Yordenis Ugas landing them same punches, cracking Errol Spence upside his head, like Yordenis Ugas was, a dude who can't punch? Can you imagine if it was Terence Bud Crawford that was in there with Errol Spence Jr. in that 6th round where Yordenis Ugas knocked the motherfucking mouthpiece out of Errol Spence's mouth and then stood there and looked at him? Can you imagine if that was Bud Crawford? It would have been over. It would have been raps. It would have been a wrap. You know what I'm saying, on the goddamn fight. You know? So, you know, man, I think Errol Spence knows this. I think majority of his fans know this. But especially Errol Spence, he definitely knows this. And this is why Errol Spence wanted to, quote unquote, save Terence Crawford for last. Because he knows this is his going away fight right here. He knows that this is his retirement plan. He knows that he ain't got shit on no Terence Bud Crawford. He knows that at best, he's the 2nd best welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to be proven if he gets in the ring with a Terence Bud Crawford. If he chooses not to run and he fight Terence Bud Crawford, he knows that this is going to be his last fight. That's why he's talking about 6-30, 7-30, 7-40, 8-20, because he know he need that retirement plan on his way the fuck up out the door when Terence Crawford beat the shit out this nigga. You know what I mean? So, you know, man, I wanted to get my thoughts on this shit, man. Now that we getting closer to the fight, man, I wanted to get my thoughts on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh man, even that inside game, fam. Even the inside game, man. Dudes want to talk about how Earl got a better inside game than Terence Crawford, which is supposed to be Errol Spence's specialty, right? Fighting on the inside, even when you talk about that shit. I mean, Bud Crawford's ability to place punches and punch and land shots in between exchanges is second to none, man. It's second to none. Errol Spence at best is sloppy with them. Man, y'all gonna see what the fuck gonna happen, man. Y'all gonna see what the fuck gonna happen if they ever get in the ring. But let me know what y'all think about this motherfucking shit, man. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. But until next time, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
Who's number one in the welterweight division now?